Hello, welcome in. This is Cleo Ra, and this is going to be a message for someone in particular who's been worried about their relationship. Spirit said just get on it as quick as you can. So let's see what comes out. This is very urgent because I feel like you've been dealing with someone and you're not quite sure if, things are sacred or if things are typical kind of... if they're a player, playboy. I feel like these words have been going through your head. Maybe you've been picking up on energies and you're not sure if it's trauma from a previous relationship that's got you kind of bugging out, kind of feeling sketchy, feeling nervous, feeling antsy, or if this person's actually up to something. So I'm getting that there's a war here between your instincts and maybe you thinking you're paranoid. So we'll get into this. The star energy. So this person thinks you're a star, okay? We've got the 8 of Swords here, which does indicate to me that there's some, old wounds that have been popping up in this scenario. I'm getting it's like a tribal thing. Whatever happens to us, it can leave a mark in the spot where the real one should have been all along. So maybe because of people you've been with in the past, it's made you feel as if this person's up to something, when in fact I don't feel like they are. But we'll clarify all of these. Justice, okay. Yeah, maybe the person you're with feels like, maybe the person you're with feels like you're taking things out on them. Maybe they've said this to you, that you're taking things out on them because of things you've been through in the past. And maybe you felt like that was just a typical response, because maybe you've been hurt that badly that you feel as if this person's just saying what anyone would say if they were up to something. And I'm getting for someone out there, you've been thinking about maybe doing some sort of honey pot, honey trap, setting them up to see if they would cheat on you if someone came along and offered it to them on a plate, something like that. And I do feel like, you do have good self-esteem, and I feel like maybe that's why you're getting a bit confused here. Death energy. Two of Wands. So I feel like, your primal mind is feeling like, maybe this is too good to be true. Maybe because it's gone so well, it's kind of making you paranoid. That's what I feel like is happening here. So that's what I think is happening. 2 of Wands, a crossroads energy, 8 of Swords, anxiety, fear popping up. But we've got 2 major arcanas up here, the Star and the Justice card. Meaning that I feel like you've met your match. I feel like you've met someone who really looks at you and feels like you are the best they could get. You're very glowing. You're very beautiful. But I feel like they hate it when you get anxious. But it's almost like you're stuck in that mindset and it's hard for you to see it through their perspective. Because they just see you as the best thing with the Star card. But you keep maybe dipping into old traumas, I feel. And only take what resonates, okay? You'll know if your higher self has guided you here. If your spirit guides have brought you to this reading, then you will know. And I feel like I'm speaking to someone whose relationship has gone so well that you feel like they must be hiding something. What's that phrase they use? Like you're waiting for the penny to drop. You're waiting for something bad to happen because, it's kind of... It seems like that always happens in the modern era, It feels like in the modern world, something bad always has to happen. If something seems like it's going smoothly, then maybe it's because they're just good at covering things up. I feel like that's what you're thinking here. So maybe part of you, because of old relationships that have died, things you've had to really, cut off in a really decisive way, your mind, because of that pattern in the past, because of past relationships, it's like your subconscious mind has built up this expectation and your mind's kind of suggesting to you, okay, maybe this one is going to come to an end. Maybe this person's hiding something. So I feel like you feel a little bit stuck in anxiety at the moment, thinking, okay, maybe this will end. Maybe I'm going to have to be strong again. Maybe I'm going to have to go through that big old transformation thing where you break up with someone and you've got to be so strong and you've got to turn your heart off, you know, and do all that horrible stuff. But actually, I feel like this person really sees you as their ideal partner, and I feel like there's some bumps in the road because of previous patterns. I don't feel like it's anything to do with this scenario. Now, the thing is with you, I feel like your intuition's so good with the High Priestess that you don't expect this much anxiety. You know, I feel like your instincts have been so good in the past with relationships you've had to kill off and people you've had to get away from, that now it's going well and going really smoothly. These old, and I'm getting PTSD, these old traumas coming up are getting you confused. You're thinking, well, is this my instinct, or is this person actually, you know, doing something bad, or are things going so well? I feel like you've questioned it from every single angle, you know. Let's get 3 more out. Stuck in anxiety, stuck in your head. I feel like there's a PTSD response because maybe in the past, let's say, for example, you got into a relationship and you were with this person for, say, a year or 2 years. Now, maybe because you're coming up to the same kind of timing with this new person who does treat you well, it's like a music box where you kind of, there's something drilled in that's coming back around because the timing's similar to something you were in before. So say you split up with someone after 2 years before, it's like the same old bump in the road is coming up, even though the new person's done nothing wrong. Now, obviously, you know, you'll know if this reading's for you because your relationship will be going so well. There's no physical evidence here, I don't feel like. But your mind could be working overdrive, like when this person picks their phone up, you could be thinking, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they up to because of the last person? So I feel like there's like an anniversary maybe for you that's come up, like a personal anniversary. So maybe this relationship's coming up to the same point in time where something bad happened in your previous relationship, and it's the background of your mind is kind of thinking, okay, we'd better be careful here because something really hurt you in the past, right? 4 of Swords energy. I feel like, yeah, a bit of healing is needed here, okay? Let's get some more cards out and we'll see. 4 swords in the back I'm getting. So you could have had something bad in the past hurt you 4 times, or 4 different serious relationships, or maybe someone you were with in the past cheated on you 4 times or something like that. And your mind is just trying to keep you safe. But what's happening is you're disconnecting from the heart when something scares you, and it's putting you solely in your mind's energy. But we've got the Sun card here with the 4 of Swords. And again, I don't want you to think you haven't got good instincts. It's not that. It's just that tribally speaking, we're never supposed to really be hurt by anyone. You know, it's our nature, really. How do I put this? Everything goes into the same tribal pot. So even if you've been split up with some bad person for like 5 years, it still has an effect on your subconscious mind because it still goes into the family, tribal kind of blueprint of your mind. So I feel like that's what sort of happened. Something in your past has affected the blueprint of your subconscious mind when it comes to family, relationships, deeper connections. And I feel like, you know, you're someone who's used to really having good instincts and stuff, but you will know if this reading's for you because you'll notice certain things make your heart just, it's not that you don't have a heart, but it's almost like you go from happy to all of a sudden everything seems like a weird kind of like PTSD horror film where you've got heightened senses, okay? It's nervousness. It's like you're just so scared of getting hurt, and maybe time is a factor here. You know, maybe you don't want to spend too much time with someone, and maybe that's playing on your mind, you know, especially if you're a woman, you want to have kids, something like that. It could be that you're worried about spending too much time with the wrong person and it ending up in something bad again. But 4 of Wands here with the Sun and the 4 of Swords, I feel like all you need is a bit of TLC and everything will work out beautifully for you. We've got the Empress on the bottom of this deck, Queen of Wands here. Yeah, 10 of Cups. And I feel like someone you were with in the past could have been quite jealous of you, jealous of your confidence, you know, a lot of insecure people. They don't like having partners who are confident. It brings out this sort of bizarre rivalry in them. And I feel like you've experienced this before. But the person you're with, whoever this reading is for, the person you are with, I feel like they're scared of losing you, because I can feel a lot of fear coming through me on this reading. I feel like they're really scared of losing you. And I feel like they just want to build something that's going to be really secure, but they need to be able to focus on their work to do that. And I feel like maybe you're aware that you've been having unnecessary arguments and stuff like that because you want proof from them that they're loyal, and proof that they're loyal, and proof that they're loyal. But it's really hard to prove that you're loyal when you are loyal. You know, until someone's done something wrong and you've got negative evidence that they've done something wrong, it's like, well, I'm just being myself. How can I prove that I'm loyal? You get where I'm coming from. This person can't be at home with you all the time and also be making money and focusing in the right ways to build a secure future for you both. So I feel like, we're going to look into these kind of PTSD energies, because people don't realize how much damage these dating relationships can do, especially if you've been with a narcissist. It's so traumatic. They literally are like being on the horror channel. And I feel like you've experienced this. Betrayal and things like that really leaves a mark, because essentially if you're in a long-term relationship and someone betrays you and you find out they're a narcissist, it's gonna leave a wound because you put them in the family slot of the brain. And I feel like that's why, you know, this is coming up for you, because things have gone so well. You're thinking, is this person just a really smooth narcissist? Are they going to try and trap me on a timeline where, you know, I can't get the time back once I've spent it with them? I feel like because they're so charming, this person you're with, you feel like they could possibly be a narcissist and maybe be tricking you because you've been through it before, you see. See, King of Pentacles, the person you're with now, is honest, and they just want to focus on business and work and business and work. And I feel like because you've been with someone in the past who said they were working and they weren't, and, you know, you found a lot of evidence that they were lying. Excuse me, paper bags under the table. I feel like you are so worried that it's the same thing again, right? But with these cards on the table, I feel like it's just your mind going through some PTSD, like really feeling like, could this really be as good as I believe it is? And I feel like it is as good as you believe it is. Give me that one. Death energy with the 8 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like energies are coming up for you to transmute them and for you to deal with them differently. But like I say, it's really hard to prove you're a good person when you're a good person, you see. And if your mind is on red alert, trying to find evidence that this person's bad or whatever, you know, even them picking their phone up or even them going to work can seem like a bad thing, because your mind so wants to keep you away from what hurt you in the past that it will see, you know, danger in everything if you let it, right? So a lot of relaxation is recommended here, especially with the Sun card and Justice. Yeah, see, this relationship is your reward. Ace of Wands with the Justice card. This person's got a lot of passion for you, but I feel like they just really want to focus on making money for the pair of you, for your future. They really want to focus on giving you the life you deserve, and they need to be able to maybe just separate, you know, business from their romance with you, because that helps them focus and it helps them really hone their mind and do a good job in what they're doing. All right, so they've got a lot of passion for you, but I feel like they're worried that you're going to kill this passion, or maybe you're worried that you're going to kill this passion by, you know, that PTSD side of you finding reasons, small, tiny, detailed reasons to maybe be suspicious, and maybe you guys have been arguing a bit because of that, okay? So it'd be good if you could both watch this video, because it's hard when you've got this PTSD and you've been in situations where maybe someone has abandoned you on purpose, and that's probably what it is here with the 5 of Pentacles coming out. Someone probably ended something, and if you've been with a narcissist, they do these things on purpose to try and ruin you for when you find the real one. They don't want you finding the real one. They want you to be, you know, in a state where you don't trust anyone and stuff like that. And I know how difficult it is, but I feel like maybe you were with someone who abandoned you on purpose so that you would find it difficult to trust people in the future, you see. But with the Justice card and the Ace of Wands, I'm getting that this is a really beautiful, divine, sacred connection. And you just need to discuss it, okay? Because your mind is honing in on details and finding danger where I don't feel like there is any at all. 2 of Wands with the World. So you feel like you're at a crossroads, but it's like you've already found the pillars of your world, okay? It's like you're in a way more established and secure positioning than you think you are. It's just recognizing where these horrible, fearful feelings are coming from and nipping them in the bud and chilling out and doing more things for yourself that make you feel special and beautiful and valued. Because in the past, you had someone who purposely made you feel unwanted. You know, they undervalued you. Deep down, they were jealous of you. Deep down, they couldn't bear to see you confident. And deep down, they wanted to steal that light away from you. But I feel like this relationship is going really well. I feel like it is. And I feel like deep down, you know that. Okay. And it's a sacred thing with this Ace of Wands. There's a sacred flame between you both. And the last thing you want to do, if this reading's for you, and you know this person's lovely and this person's done nothing wrong, the last thing you want to do is snuff out the flame of pure divinity based on something that happened in the past that was actually, you know, done on purpose by someone who was spiteful, by someone who could never be as glowing and as confident as you are. And I feel like one of your ex-partners did that on purpose because, you know, that's what narcissists do. They're miserable, bitter creatures who want to mess you up tribally and mess up your tribal blueprints because they don't like happy families. And I feel like this is a happy family here. Four of Wands with the World card. The tables have turned, things have changed, and now you're much more secure than you think you are. It's just a case of being kinder to yourself, all right, and believing this person. The Wheel of Fortune with the Nine of Cups. See, I told you this is wish fulfillment for you. This is your justice here. Okay, and Spirit's saying, please don't mistake the primal fears that are coming up now with higher wisdom. Although you do have this beautiful higher wisdom with the High Priestess card coming out, they're saying this fearful feeling you're feeling is not the same as divine wisdom because they don't feel the same. When you get a spark of divine wisdom or a spark of divine inspiration, it feels uplifting, it feels beautiful. When this PTSD feeling comes over you, it feels like rabbit in headlights. It feels horrible, right? It feels all doom and, you know, you could feel like a fight or flight or freeze response. I feel like you've been freezing in your mind and your mind's kind of looking for danger because you must have been with one hell of an idiot who did things on purpose to damage your inner child, okay? And that's what's happening right now. Maybe you have been thinking on deeper levels, you know, about testing your person out, or maybe one of your friends has suggested this. For one person out there, they're saying, please don't do this. Please don't test something out. If this person is basically just working and doing their best to sort of create maybe a stable traditional environment for you. And maybe they do have to socialize. Maybe they have to go to dinners and maybe they have to do stuff. They're saying, please don't mistake that for them, you know, wanting to be away from you because, you know, often it's the innocent ones that look guilty when you've been with someone else. It's bizarre because you cannot prove your innocence, but it's easy to find evidence on someone who's bad. But if someone's not bad, then how do you find evidence that they're good? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like a crazy scenario. So let's have a look. Four of Swords here. It's really hard for someone to prove that they're a good person when they're just doing their thing. And they're busy a lot. Knight of Pentacles here. So you need to take a pause. You need to take a rest. You really need to slow down your nervous system is what I'm getting. Five of Wands. Yeah, you could be a little bit fearful of competition. But they're saying, no, you need to fight for this love more. Yeah, the Sun card. Oh, wow, look. We've got the Sun, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands here. So it's almost like you need to fight the demons of your past to make this work. Because I feel like your person's so lovely and so lovely and so lovely and so lovely and so lovely. But, you know, it's the lovely ones that can snap eventually if you were to do something like hire a private investigator or something like that. I feel like this person might not ever see you the same way again. Spirit's saying, please don't turn a sacred connection into something toxic here, okay? You need to pause, understand your past, your PTSD, and understand this person seems ideal because they are ideal. They're your ideal partner. So I think the only thing that's made you paranoid is because this person is so perfect and so right for you. And of course, you won't have experienced that before because this is the one, you see. So they're gonna feel more perfect than anyone previously, because it's a different experience for you. So, you know, 2 sun cards on here tells me that you have this beautiful opportunity for happiness. With the 5 of Wands here, maybe this person that you're with, I feel like they've really done nothing wrong, but maybe they do have to go to dinners and stuff, and maybe they have female colleagues or something like that. But Spirit's saying that's not their fault, okay? This isn't the way they want it, all right? And, you know, just because you were maybe with a narcissist in the past who did like having any excuse to be near members of the opposite sex or to flirt with people or whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean this person in this new scenario is doing the same thing. Let's have a look. And also, you know, often if we keep accusing someone innocent of doing something, they start thinking it's because we're up to something. So, you know, this person could be busy working, and maybe if you're getting paranoid about them because of this old demon type person in your past, maybe your current partner's going to think, well, why are they saying this? Maybe they're up to something. So you don't want to rock the boat too much, okay? It's you know, really all about pausing in this scenario is what I think. Fast changes here, okay? So this is a message to say that anything you do now could have long-lasting repercussions. So if it's not broke, don't do anything to break it, you know? And you need to communicate about your past maybe, okay? Fast changes and timing. Especially, you know, if your person's planning on, say, maybe a surprise for you with this 9 of Cups or this 4 of Wands card, yeah, they could be planning something for you in secret, like a holiday or something. And Spirit's saying, don't let something from your past cause you paranoia to stop that beautiful flow of events, okay? So 4 of Wands is all about you nurturing yourself, self-soothing. Maybe you want this person to answer their phone more than they can or something like that, but they're busy building. Okay, so this is about having faith in the divinity of your connection. Make it work, see? This is about making it work and not letting your fears take over the alchemy of this beautiful sacred connection. Okay, and also, again, they want me to say again, unless your heart is lit up, you cannot trust that anything you're getting coming through psychically is from the divine, all right? Unless you feel good, it's not a divine message, okay? And often, you know, it's a paranoia thing that's been planted in your subconscious mind by some bitter person who knows they're not on your level in the past, okay? Making it work with your relationships. Strategy, okay? Saving face. All right, so you don't want to take this thing so far. You don't want to test someone who's got a beautiful nature and a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul to the point where they can't trust you anymore. You see what I'm saying? This is such a beautiful balance of energy. And you have to find a strategy to calm yourself down, to pause yourself, and to make sure, you know, you're not reacting in really kind of primal, kind of, I'm going to be honest here, kind of animalistic ways, jealousy and, you know, oh God, the anger sometimes, you know, I feel like maybe kind people can sometimes get things taken out on them that they aren't responsible for to begin with. So you don't want to be, you know, one of those people that takes things out on someone who's actually really good natured because you feel like they'll never leave. Because I feel like this person, because they are so good for you and because they have done everything right and because they are trying to build a beautiful, you know, long-term secure scenario, they could get sick of it if arguments keep happening and things keep going wrong. They could think, you know what, I just can't handle this anymore. And, you know, they could turn on a dime if you were to test them in the wrong way and be mistrustful of them. However, if you can calm yourself down and find a strategy to separate out the horror film energies from your beautiful relationship, you can make this work in a really gorgeous way, is what I'm getting here. Let's have a look. Let's find some more cards for you. So yeah, Spirit is being quite strict with you here because they're saying this is divine. This person's done nothing wrong. You know that. Don't take it out on them just because they've been too good. You know, this person's working on their abundance. They're trying to be as positive as possible. They're trying to be focused. And they know they've only got so many years to build, right? They need to get it done. They need to do things beautifully, okay? And they miss you when they're not with you, but they have to be single focused. They could have a strong Aries placement. And I'm getting, you think about this person all the time. You love them so much. But Spirit's saying if you think about them all the time, put some music on and daydream about them. Think about maybe, you know, making them something nice to eat for when they get home. You can still think about this person in a dreamy, lovely way without having to call them or without having to be physically connected with them 24/7, all right? This person does miss you, but they have to put it to the back of their mind to do their work. Yeah, separation. I feel like you handle separation differently. And this person just feels so secure with you that they don't even feel like they're separate from you, all right? Love call here. Expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. See, it's like your dopamine responses are going haywire with this person because it is paradise, you see. The karmic relationship you had in the past, ooh, I can feel the energy of it. It was rubbish, but this is paradise for you. But I feel like you do chase this person maybe and call them a lot. But Spirit's saying you can express your love in different ways. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. All right. But I feel like there's this dopamine thing where you want them to text back straight away. And if they don't text back straight away, maybe you feel like they're not thinking of you and all that. But trust me, people need to focus on what they're doing. Maybe your person has like a job where they really need to focus. Could be law for someone out there that could resonate. And they just can't be, you know, texting constantly. We've got loyalty here, trusting, reliability, and believing. Okay. So... And again, chasing on the bottom of the deck. You don't need to do that with this person, okay? You just need to relax, okay? Be playful. You can daydream about them all day long, okay? You don't need to be texting constantly, okay? Because this person's thinking about the long term. And they see you as the most beautiful. They see you as the gorgeous star, the Queen of Wands. So I do hope this has reassured you that there is paradise in this relationship. You can create it, but you have to make sure your mind is calm. And maybe this person's more old school. They don't necessarily want to text constantly, you know. Spirit's saying pretend you live in a time where mobile phones don't exist. How would you deal with your relationship then? You'd probably daydream about them. You'd probably, you know, enjoy thinking about them. And when you saw them, it would be beautiful, high quality time together. Too much time on the phone. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So Spirit's going to smack your hand and you need to just meditate, breathe. And when those horrible energies hit you, just understand that it's different now, okay? You've gone from a karmic past. You've done a lot of work on yourself. And now this is a paradise scenario. Okay, my darling, I hope this has helped. Lots of love. Mwah.